Today's video is sponsored by Clip Studio Paint. If you don't know, I've been using Clip Studio for over 5 years now. It's definitely my go-to drawing software. Clip Studio is an easy-to-use painting software that you can render paintings as you would traditionally or digitally. You can even make animations and GIFs. Clip Studio Paint has a lot of features, and it's a good runner-up for Photoshop as it has a lot of the same features. You can even grab different brushes, palettes, and materials from the Assets tab. Or, if you'd like, you can even import your own brushes from Photoshop without having to change the original file or go through different loops and hoops. Also, I love the fact that they added a time-lapse feature on the desktop version, just like, makes it 10 times better for me, because then I can just press record and be done without having to bring up other software. Anywho, you guys can also find a community for their questions and answers and even tips and tricks. So if you get stuck on something or aren't sure how to do something, definitely go take a look in there. So, what are you guys waiting for? If you haven't tried it out yet, they give out a 30-day free trial if you're unsure if it's the right fit for you, so you can give it a whirl and all that good jazz. Or, if you've already been eyeballing it for some time now, what are you waiting for? The link's in the description.
Hey YouTube! It's been a few weeks since we last spoke. Sorry about that! So, uni is a lot different than attending community college, so there's still a lot that I need to get used to with the changes and stuff like that. And so much has happened since I last spoke to you guys too. And I really can't wait to tell you everything that's going on, updates and stuff like that in the next couple of videos during the draw along with me. So yeah, look forward to that. In the meantime, we've got 2 tutorials before we get to that spot. So let me see. So with that, we are back with another tutorial today, guys. And actually, in all honesty, for a second there, I literally thought I needed to go back and do the face angles. But it blew my mind that I'd already done it, like legit. And if I recall, I think it was close to an hour, like 8 or 9 minutes short of being a full hour. But that's what happens when you don't run a script, right? Alright, anywho guys, moving on to today's topic is going to be ears. Yay! So we finally get to play around with ears, and what's awesome about ears is that there's different types and there's different styles. You can make up your own and all that other good jazz. Like, it was something that I really enjoyed doing, and I probably should do more often, but I rarely find myself doing it, not like how I did back in high school. But yeah. So for today, I do want to show you like a couple of things that you can do with ears or whatever, but my main focus is to teach you the fundamentals, at least for this. And there are some things like loopholes, I guess you could call it, in for this, and I'll talk about that in a sec. So, as you guys know, if you've seen my other videos, we are currently just working on the face part. So in my draw with me video that I'll be doing in, I hope soon, but yeah, after the next tutorial, what was I going to say? I completely blipped. I lost my track of mine. I don't remember. Darn. Oh well. But anyways, like I was saying, if you guys have watched my other videos, you guys know that I will be starting off with drawing the rough shape for the head, and I'm going to be copying and pasting this 2 more times. This is just a rough gist. This is how I work with the skeleton of my drawing, basically, or like bones. Yeah. So I'm going to copy this and paste it twice, and then I'm going to group all these guys together and start moving them. So here we go. And I need to make them smaller as well. About yay small should do, I think. And I'll move this one down here, the middle-ish, right there. And then we'll move the last one to the bottom spot. Okie dokie. So there we go. We've got our 3 main heads that we'll be focusing on. So as you guys know, we're doing the front view, we are doing 3/4 view, and we are doing a complete side view. So what is that? 100% facing you, 75% facing you, and then 50% facing you. There are other angles and stuff like this. This is just the simplified versions. I do want to go into different angles and everything like that, like more advanced stuff, but much later in the full tutorial thingamajiggy. So yeah. Let's go ahead and get this. I won't be using a symmetrical tool today. I'm going to be winging it. I'm not in the mood for like all stops out going to it. So I hope this gives you guys the gist though, for the most part. And as you can see, I also place a little ear placeholder there. It doesn't necessarily mean that's what the ear is going to be. It's just a rough idea of, hey, this is stereotypically on humans where this ends. And I normally don't draw ears over here, like on the front view, but that's because my ears don't really show. So yeah, but some people do. Some people do. And ears, they come in different shapes and sizes. So you know that some people have really small ears, some people have like, you know, ears that fit their face, and then some people have really large ears. So this is going to be something that for the most part encompasses everybody on the rules, but certain ear types don't necessarily fit into it 100%, but pretty close enough. So as you guys know, my bottom line normally always represents the nose line. So this line represents nose. Somewhere here are the eyes, and somewhere here is the mouth, more or less. Like I said, I normally don't draw ears sticking out, but there are people, it does happen, you know, where people can see ears on the side, or like you've got your hair tucked behind your ears, that usually will show it too. But anyways, I'm going to be talking, and your brows should be somewhere around here. Just FYI. So this is what's going to be coming into focus. So the nose line, so it doesn't matter even like under here, the lowest part of the circle is always my nose line, period. Anyways, and then for this is where the earlobe starts, from the bottom of that line for your nose. And then for your eyebrows, where the bottom tail of your eyebrow meets is the highest point on your ear. You can check in a mirror. Like I said, this doesn't necessarily apply to everybody because some people do have really small ears. Some people have, you know, the normal, a little bit of variance in it, give or take some size. And some people have extremely large ears. And the thing is, the older you get, especially, your ears grow. I don't know if they necessarily really do grow, or if it's just because your face is like shriveling, like wrinkling and stuff like that. But like, ears are really prominent in older people, period. So just a heads up. Now, as you guys know, there are different types of ear shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a couple here. And then towards the end, I'm just going to do a couple of doodles at the very bottom. I'm not going to show you how to do it because I'm pretty sure by the end of this you should be able to figure out how to do it. But I do want to take you through some interesting like ear designs and stuff like that that I've done over the past. So there's I think, two main ones I want to talk about, or three. I lied, three. This one's tilted a little bit. Oopsie. I'll just fix you up. To leave it. Okay, we've got a face there. Alright. So, like you saw over there, I have the normal human ears. So we're going to start off with that first. In this side, you don't see the entire ear like how you would see it in a 3/4 view, or especially in a side view. So with here, you can actually get away with being as minimalistic as you want. You can either draw just a little line up there, or you can get a little bit more creative and put a little bit, like another little line to show that, hey, it's open there, you know? Cool. And then, so like I said, that general rule follows, oops, too low. So that general rule follows for humans with where the eyes and the nose meet up. And then everybody likes elves, right? And vampires and stuff like that. So just like with elf or with human ears, with elf ears, vampire ears, fae ears, you can have them in different styles. And here's a few that I've seen. I'll be placing it on this one model here. So personally, as you guys know, I don't show ears even on my OC Amanita because she's got huge ears. She's a fairy. Yeah, her ears do more of going to the back than they do going out to the sides. So for the most part, other than here and there, well, no, I guess I do. No, I really don't. I do here and there, with her ear, but no, for the most part, I don't. Anyways, sorry, I'm just rambling again. So, an elf ear can follow a human ear as well, so you can have it go like that. This is how my face does it. Her ear stays where the lower end of her eyebrow is. And then you can add in a bit more detail because this sticks out a little bit farther. But there are also elf ears where they go higher, but the bottom still matches. And then the bottom of the ear still matches where it's supposed to meet instead of the apex of the ear. And then there's other ears where they go up like this. So it's up to you how you want to do it. And then you can make them as long or as short as you need them. So yeah. And then the last ear shape I want to go over with you guys is animals. So with an animal, no ifs, ands, or buts, like a furry animal like a dog or a cat, a kitsune or fox, whatever you want to call it. Reptiles are different. I know that they have ears still, and I'm pretty sure they're still on the side of the head, but I think it's just a hole. I don't know how that works. But yeah, and I don't know about insects or anything like that. So yeah, this is for like mammals, in other words. So it is common, absolutely common, and I do see this a lot where I'm gonna copy this really quick. Ooh, maybe I should switch the brush. this one? A lasso one. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. This is copy and move. I'm only gonna show it on this whatchamacallit too. So as you can see, we've got our nose line. Here's our eye line, and here is our brows. So, and I'll copy this over here too. I'll shrink this head too. Okay, so animals. So normally I see people drawing it like this, where the ears are legit sitting on the head. There's nothing here or here at all. This is wrong. Please do not do. Please take a look. If you have an animal, please take a look at your animal. I shit you not, their ears start in the same spot, but instead it travels up. That's why you still get this little thing here in the middle. There's a gap there. This is a bad gap. This is a true gap. But yeah. So just FYI, when you do like furries or what do they call those? I'll just call it anthro. But anthro characters. I mean, same rule applies. I'm gonna go, I guess I'll leave that. Alright, so that is our front view. Up next is going to be our 3/4 view. So I think I'm just gonna copy and paste this little guy. It'll be a lot easier. Copy, paste. Oh no, come on. Here we go. Copy, paste. Sweet. Alright, so over our 3 main heads we go again. Copy, paste. Alright. So, we've got a human ear. I don't think we need to say anything more. From this side, I'll go ahead and erase this little line here. From here, you're able to see a lot more of the ear. Not necessarily all the details, like 100%, but a little bit more detail than you would get from the front view. So, yeah. So, again, here's your nose. Here's your eyes, and then here's your brows, somewhere there. Then, luckily, at least with the this is how I do my OC side ears. And this, you can add a little bit more detail, like I said. As I stated before, because they are fantasy creatures, you can also have their ears point completely different. So that is up to you on how you like to angle your ears. And then last, for an animal ear, you just take up this side and then you put it where you need it. And then obviously you can fill it in with up her hair and stuff, or whichever type of hair you're trying to show. But yeah, and then this becomes more of like a pyramid shape, I guess you could say. Like that. That way there's some actual like depth to them. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Alright guys, we are on our last side here. So this one is for a profile view. And then after I show you this, I'll go ahead and show you a couple of different things that I do. Alright, time to make this small. Copy this. And copy and paste. Okay, cool. We got our 3 heads. Oops. Okay guys, so we're going to start off with that human ear. So from the side view, you can actually see everything, and I mean everything. So the curls of the ear and all that good jazz. And you can get as detailed as you want with the ears. You can be like a quick little simple cartoon, or you can do realism, whichever floats your boat. So, like I said, you know, ears, and from the side view, you would see everything. Everything. And you can also change that angle as well for elf ears, fairy ears, whatever it is you decide to draw. So yeah, it's one thing that I love about elf ears and like stuff like that, because you can make them fat, you can make them skinny, like ah. Alright, and the last one is the animal. So for this one, it's almost like the front view, or like the 3/4 view, but this time you only see one part of the ear really, unless they're slightly turned. That's something else, but we're not going over that today. Alright, so I showed you basically the tips and tricks to keep in mind when you draw ears. So let's go ahead and fast forward to the fun part, creating your own ear. So this was something that I did a lot during high school, like a lot. Whenever I created like a new creature or like a fairy or something, like I gave them different types of ears. So, or like styles of ears. So like a lot of them I made up on my own. Like I'd start off with, you know, a little ear shape. And then from here, you can start adding details or taking away details. You can give it a completely new shape. Like this type of ear, either I used to do this for 2 different types of fairies. These ones without any holes or anything were usually like my flower girls, or like you know, what do they call that? The Sealy Court. And then I had others where it had this same exact design, kind of, but instead it had holes in it, either because they tried to pierce themselves with iron to show off that they're macho, or if they came into contact with it, period. Because Fae and iron do not get along. What else? You can also decorate your ears and stuff too with different types of piercings. So like for my one OC Artemis, I really, well actually for all of them, the only one without piercings really is Sayori. And even she might get one later on. I've been thinking about that for a while for my story. I'm just like, do I want to? Yeah. I mean, you can even do the same with these. If you add holes or something, you can add decorations and stuff. So, yeah. And then, like, for merms, I don't even really... I draw an ear, but it's completely different. So, like, normally I would have something like that or whatever. And then the fins coming out from where, you know, the shell of the ear should be for the cartilage. I don't know how to explain myself right now. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah. So have fun. There's even, I think, where people get like a bump or whatever on the back of their ear. So like that you can do that too. I mean, it's up to you how realistic or semi-realistic or cartoony you want to get. It's your style. You have fun. You can make all kinds of different ears. Just remember that ears do come in different shapes and sizes. But for the most part, you know, they do have a rule for each group, minus, you know, nekomimis or furries and stuff like that versus humans. Those are completely different. But they do follow the same logic where the ears, technically speaking, are on the side of the head, but one actually has to go up, like for the pet ears, you know. So yeah, it's got a little bit longer way to travel, but other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you guys so much for popping in today. Continue to practice with ears. I did just teach you just the fundamentals, and I showed you a couple little designs, but please have fun. Shoot, even take up an entire like sketch page or something on paper or on your drawing software, whichever. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's tutorial. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys later. Bye!
Also, and if you like my videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. So yeah, or follow me on social media. Links are down below in the description as well. I'll see you guys later. Bye!